Ta-da! So I thought it was time to do an art haul of everything that I've gotten over the last couple of months. Some of the stuff is from March, from London, like this stuff. Some of the stuff is from Jackson's. I got it a week ago. Some of the stuff is from Orange, and I mean that's just some paper. Alright, let's begin. So first let's start with paper. And these go into two categories. So these are what I got from Odd Orange on her latest release, update, collection. I got a big one because she started doing A4 sketchbooks and I really loved this colour. And it's got this really cool marble effect inside, but I just love this vibrant red colour. I'm not a big fan of purple, but I love this red so much, so I had to get it. Had to be careful of these because these become so dirty, especially with me around. And then this is the little A5 one. I really love this colour. It's like classic Odd Orange brand colours, I think, but it was really nice. And this is a notebook, I think, so the paper's a little bit different. I might use this for sketching rather than wet media. And then when I went to London, we went to Choosing Keeping and I could not resist. I told Artie when we went into Choosing Keeping, Artie, don't let me buy anything. And she was the worst wingman, but the best wingman, because she definitely did not stop me from buying. She actually kind of encouraged me. And this book comes with this cute little sticker. I spent ages trying to choose the colours to go with it, but it's really nice. It's just like a notebook. The paper's really thin, but I just loved the cover. It's so gorgeous. So I have to think of something special to do in this, like a special little project. If you can think of anything, let me know. Then someone was mentioning in one of my last videos, like ages ago, I tried alcohol inks and I didn't have the right paper. So they recommended Yoppo paper. I got a pad of it in Cas Art just to kind of give it a go. I've only got 3 alcohol inks, but you know, it's better to have the right paper, I guess, if I'm going to use them. And then this one here, I could not resist, was from the Tate Modern. It's their cat, Mildred the cat. I guess it's maybe one of their, like, a mascot or something. But yeah, it was like literally the best thing in the Tate. Wasn't impressed with the Tate, gotta be honest. Don't think modern art's for me. But I'm not going to be drawing on any of these today. Saving these, just going to squirrel them away as everything else. I'm just going to be swatching everything out in the Pith sketchbook, which doesn't have the best paper really for wet medium, but I mean it's the sketchbook I'm using right now, so I'll swatch them out. And then I thought to do a little comparison to the Pith and then also to like a nice watercolour paper. I have this pad here, it's smooth watercolour paper, so I thought that could be kind of interesting just to kind of get a comparison of the inks and the paints and things. I might need a couple of sheets. Let's take a jaunt over to London and we'll see what I got there. I'm going to start with the wet media first. In Choosing Keeping, I picked up these, which were, I couldn't resist, the neon gouache. I got a couple of inks from Cornelissen and Sons, Brazil wood ink and French sepia ink. And then I also picked up, well, this is actually just from the shop down the road. Someone mentioned this Antelope brown ink that I would like the colour, so I actually just picked this up the other day, but I thought I would, you know, put it all together. So that's what we got. And we can also test out at the same time this paintbrush. I think I actually got this from Jackson's. I also got these brush pens, so maybe I can put one of the ink in Antelope inks into one of these and we can test them out too. Guys, these were so expensive, but they feel really nice to use. And the reason I got it is because Artie was telling me about this one here, which is like a fibre nib, like a felt tip pen. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. The rest are pretty standard, just your normal brush pens. So first we're going to start off with the Lumi accent colour. I got these guys from Choosing Keeping, but I also looked online and they're roughly the same price online as they are on Choosing Keeping. I'm so excited about these. I have no idea if they're gonna be like super neon or not. Oh my word. Alright, I see you. What the? Oh my god, these are so bright. It's like a highlighter. Oh no. Oh no. I can see big trouble down the road for me because I have been loving neon, especially my neon pink like paint pens, but they are the worst because you can't scan them in and it's just a pain. It's just a pain. I want to use them, but I'm like, no, because if I ever want to print them out, like, I just can't. So unless you take a photo of them, I guess. Or I just see someone, when I actually was in London, I saw someone at one of the art fairs who printed out the paper, printed out her prints and then painted over the top of them with opera rose pink. But I mean, that's great and all, but I don't think that's really a viable option. It just seems like a lot of work. So I was really excited with this colour here because it's kind of like a corally pink orange. I think this one looks so nice. But yeah, that highlighter yellow, I can't get over that highlighter yellow. That is amazing. And I'm just doing them on each page. Just, I mean, they're actually not too bad on the pith paper right now, but I'm not using a lot of water with them. So these are really nice. I think these are gonna last. I mean, I've had like Gansai Tambi paints similar to this, and they've lasted years and years and years. So even if they're like a little bit expensive, I think it's worth it if you use a lot of neon and bright colours in your work. Yeah, they're really nice. I mean, I'm not like an expert with paint materials or how things are made, so I can only give you my amateuristic thoughts. But right now they seem quite opaque. I do find sometimes with these like kind of watercolory paints you need to really work them to get a nice thick consistency, but these seem quite nice. Yeah, I wonder how they, oh, we should try that, see how they're like gradient into each other. I'll try that in a second. I actually think I prefer this red than this orange. This is the colour that I was thinking the other colour was going to be. Look, I've done my circles too big. Awkward. And we'll try this one. I think they look the same when they're dry, but maybe they'll be different. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, they're all kind of similar. This one here is very similar to this one. Oh, you know why it was similar? Because it was the same colour. Alright. Forget that. That didn't happen. Embarrassing, but that's fine. Wait, was it? Oh god, now I'm so confused. Oh, I haven't done this one here. I've done this one twice. I haven't done this purpley one. Okay, that was confusing. I shouldn't have gone out of order. But this one, I knew this one was going to be my least favourite, and it didn't disappoint me. It is my least favourite. I'm not a big fan of like these kind of purple reds. Something about them. Alright, yellow definitely wins. Definitely wins. Let's get that out. Let's try gradient. Yellow, and then I think maybe this one, which I think is this one here. That's cool. I like that. Whoa, you could make some crazy sunsets with this. Okay, well, those are the highlighter paints. What do you guys think? I'm very impressed with the yellow especially. I really like this colour here too, actually. This one's also nice. This one, no. I say no to this one. But those are the neons. Incredible. I've never seen anything so bright in my life, I don't think. Very impressed. Now we're going to move on to something a little bit more subdued, which is the inks from Cornelissen and Sons. So these guys are natural inks, and I don't know if they're going to be very good because I'm going to be honest, I have tried a couple of natural inks in the last you know, a few months, and I haven't been super impressed with them. I guess it's just because I'm so used to, I mean, after doing this and then going to a natural like ink made from bark, I don't know. I think I've become desensitized to ink, but okay, we'll see. I'm also a bit nervous about putting my paintbrush in because I have had inks become infected before by like double dipping, but we'll see. Alright, so this one here is, oh, so nice though. Like, I mean, so different from the neon, but sometimes you want something nice and muted like this. Oh gosh. Oh, you can smell the vinegar in that. Yeah, this here is made from distilled rainwater, Brazil wood, gum arabic, and vinegar. You can definitely smell the vinegar. I wonder how that would taste. Like a nice rocket beetroot salad. I wouldn't recommend. I don't think, don't try that, don't try that. So you can see here this ink is a lot more watery and it's really gone through the page. Like this is going to leave a mark on the other side. So I looked at this when I got home and I did realise it actually has shellacking, which is made from like bugs. So this has animal parts in. I try not to buy like materials that aren't vegan, but I make mistakes and I get presents sometimes. I do make mistakes sometimes, so when that happens I just go with the flow, you know, because I'm not perfect. But this one is a lot thicker. It's probably all the goop from the animal bug parts. But yeah, this one is made from shellac. I didn't see what else it was made from, but it's a lot thicker and it's a lovely colour. French sepia ink. And then we have another brown. Moving on, I actually got this from Jackson's. It's an FW ink, acrylic ink. It's Antelope brown. Someone mentioned it on a video or something. They said it was, that I might like it. And actually, I have to be honest with you guys, I did already test this out the other day when I was doing something else, and I did like it. But I'll show you the colour. So it's this like lovely brown. It's kind of like a yellowy brown. And I just know I've ruined this page now. It's gonna, I know. And it's an acrylic ink, which I have been enjoying lately. I think I said in one of my videos, was it in January, that I wanted to do like a different art material every month. Yeah, I haven't guys. I have been really enjoying inks, but I haven't been branching out. I haven't had time. So those were the inks I got from London and a random one I just got in Kendall. And now we're going to move on to over to Jackson's, just because we're kind of like still in the wet media. What did I get from Jackson's? I got a bunch. We'll start with the inks first. I tried these Liquitex ones. The only other Liquitex ones I have are the muted Liquitex colours. So these are the super vibrant ones. I got red, yellow and blue because I figured you could mix them. I'm not a big fan of mixing colours. I'm a bit lazy when it comes to mixing. But I figured, you know, in another life, like someone else could. Or maybe if I wake up one day, I hit my head, I wake up from, you know, like a 3-day coma, and I've forgotten that I don't like to mix paints, maybe then like it would be a good option. But I mean, I like, that's a lie, I do mix them on the paper. I'm being mean to myself, but wow, look how quickly that's sunk into the page. Definitely not re-wettable, guys. Is that a term? Is that a term people use, re-wettable? So that was a blue, I think. It's just like the primaries. Phthalocyanine blue, green shade. So it's on the green side rather than the blue side. Does make a nice colour. Nice little green in the middle there. I love this, like I love really vibrant yellows. And then the last one is red. Maybe I can do a little exercise one day, not today obviously, but one day where I like just take these 3 colours and try and do a colour mixing exercise. And not just like a colour wheel, I mean that would be fun too, but try and just use them for a painting. I just you know, like someone who enjoys mixing colours would. I do find this watercolour paper is really soaking up the paint like really a lot faster than I expected it would. Right, and then this is the red here. I'm actually enjoying the pith paper more with these inks, which is surprising. Right, so those are all the inks, I believe. Now we got some paints. So I really wanted to try, Jackson's was having a sale, so I took the opportunity to try some of these, which I think Artie told me about them. She said, oh, a few people have mentioned on videos that I would really enjoy the golden high flow. This is what it's called, your high flow acrylic paint, because it's kind of like an ink, but it's paint. So I got my two favourite golden colours, Titan Green Pearl and Titan Mars Pearl. I have them in acrylic ink, acrylic paint, and I have them in something else too, like Liquitex has very similar colours too. I got a yellow, a Paynes grey and a fluorescent orange to try, because I have been trying like all the fluorescents. I've been trying to use fluorescents in a lot of different art materials lately to find out which has the best. I can tell you 100% that FW does not have good fluorescents, just from what I've experienced so far. Like, I've used one colour but it was really bad. So I did use these the other day. I squeezed way too hard on this one and about a third of the bottle came out. So I'm going to try just to like dab rather than squeeze, because I do not want to waste this paint, because it was, I mean, you could have a child for 18 years and you could raise them, feed them, clothe them, send them to school, or you could buy 6 of these paints, you know, that's how expensive they are. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'd rather buy the paints. So this is the orange, compared to these oranges up here, very similar, like the pigmentation and the colour. And then we'll go to the yellow next. We'll like do an order of brightness, I guess. So these are paints. Yes, these are acrylic paints, not acrylic inks. So they're going to work a little bit differently. They're not going to smush into the page as much, I would hope. It's quite muted yellow actually. Maybe it's just because I've got that neon up there. But they're really lovely. The only complaint I would have is that they come in tiny bottles, and it's really, oh, this one needs a good shake. It really is my fault because I do not read the measurements. And even if I did read measurements, I wouldn't understand them, because I don't ever notice like how big a bottle is. So if it was said 15 mils, I'd be like, oh, 15 mils, that's a lot bigger than 10 mils. Not realising that 15 mils is literally nothing. So this is the Mars Pale, which I love. And yeah, these very high flow, very smushy, but opaque as well. And yes, you can quote me on that, Golden, if you're watching. Smushy, but opaque. Doing swatches like this is great for seeing the colour, but I don't think you ever can really know how a material works unless you do a painting with it. So it's always nice doing swatches because they're nice and relaxing and you can like see the colours and stuff. I should have shaken the bottle, that was my mistake there. Look at these colours, I love them so much. But we are going to do a painting with these as well. And it's going to be crazy because I'm going to try and use all these colours in one painting. That's not going to be crazy. Alright, and the last one is Paynes Grey, which you always have to have a good Paynes Grey, right? This colour is so nice too. Like, this is such a nice, sometimes like you find a Paynes Grey that's a little bit on the browner side, but I love these ones that are like really blue. Yeah, I think these are going to be really nice to work with. Doesn't do so well on the pith paper, but this paper isn't the best either, to be honest. So those are the Goldens, and the last ones I have are these ones here, the Liquitex Acrylic Gouache, which I didn't know was a thing until Artie told me. I was very excited, very excited. I have unbleached titanium and light pink. I think I even have this one here maybe even this as paint pens, and I really love these two colours. So they come in these cute little bottles with these little nozzles. Oh Jesus! Or you could take the whole lid off like this. I don't recommend though. And these guys are so nice. I just swatched these out the other day off camera, and oh, look, I put way too much on there. I can't remember how glossy they dried. We're going to find out, I guess, together. Because I do remember that one of these, it was either these, the gouache, or the acrylic. One of them dried quite glossy. But at least these guys come in like fairly good sized bottles. So it's 59 mils in here compared to Holbein gouache, which is 20. And these do seem to flow a bit better, like they aren't as thick as the Holbein gouache. I don't know how many colours they have though, if they have a lot of colours or if they only have a few. Okay. Isn't this a lovely blue? I also love how they have a nozzle so you don't get messy. And I also find with the Holbein gouache that sometimes it gets really dry at the top and the paint dries out. I don't think that's going to happen in these, just because they have a nozzle and then they have a lid so the air can't really get in. But I'll see if I can find one for you, especially on ones that have been used a lot. Like the top gets really gunky. That's a bad example, but just trust me, it happens. Right, and the last one is the Daler-Rowney Cyanine Blue. Here we go, last colour. I don't know why I got this. I got this Daler-Rowney Cyanine Blue. I'm not like a huge fan of green blue. So nice though. These colours work so well together, I think. And that's it. That's all the wet media. So all the different paints that I tried, that I bought. So inks, paints, acrylic gouache, really everything for the whole family there. And I forgot to test out the pen, but I also just realised I probably shouldn't be putting acrylic ink into one of these pens because it's gonna make the nib. So maybe I'll put in a nice water ink and we can have a test of this now. This can't be right. It says I have to put it in. It worked. Don't know why I'm so shocked that that worked. I really want to make this work. I'm a bit concerned though, because oh, okay, oops. Oops. That wasn't meant to happen. But hey, you know, it happened. I don't quite know how to do this. Okay. Right. Well. Pretty cool pen though. It is fun. It's like drawn with a felt tip pen. I was trying to say that the pen nib is pretty cool. It's like drawn with a felt tip pen. Just like advertised. I have to properly figure out how to use that though. I've definitely made a bit of a mess. Alright, now we can move on. I'm a bit more grubby than I was before, but it's fine. So now we can move on to like the dry material, which I have. Oh, I still have some wet stuff left. I got some wet stuff left. That sounded wrong. Okay, I got these. I treated myself, guys. These were expensive, like very expensive. I can't remember how much now, but like more than like a hot chocolate out, you know? Which I never would buy a hot chocolate out because I don't like hot chocolate, but that's beside the point. These were expensive. I got the new Hardam Naturals Schminke watercolors. I've never tried Schminke before, anything by Schminke, so this will be fun. I like them because they were 100% vegan, so hopefully buying 6 of these outweighs accidentally buying 1 of these. I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm gonna give myself a pass on that one. And I got this pack because I was looking at all the separate colours and the pack was cheaper to get rather than separate colours, and these had a lot of the colours in that I liked, plus I got a white to mix it in. So I haven't used watercolour for so long, like properly, years and years and years, so I don't really know anything about watercolour. I'm pretty bad at it, to be honest, but I'm figuring it's just like wash, which I also don't use, so that's not really going to help me out, but I figured it's just like watery paint. It's just like a liquid neo colour, so you know, if you're looking at it that way, it's fine. My paint is very dirty right now. My paint water. Should I change that? Probably. When you're dealing with watercolours, you probably should have clean water, right? Okay, I'll go do that. Okay, we're back with new watercolour, water, paint, paint water, watercolours, and a whole fresh new angle, just to keep everyone entertained. And let's go through these. So the first one is Lake, which I believe is like a reddish colour from what I remember. If anyone's used these, let me know. Oh, should I be using my pith paper? Let's get out another Botanicals Ultra Smooth watercolour paper. So with the watercolour paper in tubes, what do you do? Like this? Or do you put it in a palette? Probably in a palette, right? Okay, so this is the Lake. It's very red, brown. It's nice. I like it. I think the fact that these guys are natural, so they're made from natural material, they're probably going to be a bit more muted than regular watercolour paints. Would just be my guess. Curcuma, which could possibly be made from cumin. Well, made from curcuma, which I think is in cumin. Anyway, it's the spice of life, cumin, so that's good. It's good to have it in paint form as well. That's such a lovely colour. This is actually the colour that made me want to buy the paints, was this colour. And I don't know if there's any other watercolour artists, like professional or highly skilled amateurs, that are watching me and cringing. I don't know if this is how I'm meant to be doing this. This is just how I do it from the tube, guys. I'm just that kind of girl. Here we have Steel de Grain, which is like a brown. I'm guessing it's made from wheat. I don't think it is. It could be. I mean, I think the names kind of would give away what it's made from, maybe. This is a lovely colour too. Look how crazy my colour preferences are. Like on one hand is all these like lovely muted yellows and earth colours, and on the other hand it's flipping like burn your eyes out neon. So next is this Indigo Ferra. Obviously a blue. Kind of like a Paynes grey colour. Oh, that colour's so nice. But you see how muted they are? That's such a nice colour. I bet these would mix okay-ish. Okay, I was going to say really well, but they just mix okay-ish. And then we have Dyer's Green, which is going to be like, they kind of look like a sap green on the website. And I love sap green. It's a little bit bluier, maybe. That's really nice though, as well. I think this colour set is so nice. It just needs like a dark colour. I guess you could probably mix up quite a dark colour if you were to mix these three. Maybe we'll give that a go in a second. And then we have the Cray de Rugen chalk. It's like a chalk colour. Oh no. That was eager beaver. That's fine, because I thought it might be fun to do some colours so we like mix them in. And that's on its own. Quite nice. Oh, it's very sticky. And then let's mix in like a little bit of each. It's kind of cool. It makes it like a little bit more opaque-y. Oh, it's definitely sticky, that chalk colour. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? And then this is the lovely Kuma, which I really love. I think I like them better as watercolour though. It's kind of a cool look. And then the green to finish. Yeah, nice. What do you guys like better? Do you like the like watery watercolour, or do you like the kind of slightly more opaque white? They're nice colours. Okay, last thing I'm going to try and do is, oops, make a dark colour. They did have darker colours. I think they had one darker colour, but I was like, I can make it if I need to. That's quite dark. It's a bit on the reddish side, so I guess if you wanted, you just add more blue. You make it a little bit darker. Colours like you're meant to. I think you're meant to use it like really transparently. Put it in a nice little mixing well, have like beautiful layers, have them all, you know, like gliding into each other like Swan Lake or something. Not me, not me. Let's have them glide together like Swan Lake. Alright. They're so muted, aren't they? It's almost like they're not there. So that's all the wet media, finally. Should I keep these in their little box? Probably not. I'll probably just keep them on their own. I find if things are in boxes, I don't use them. So I got quite a lot of pencils from London. This one's like a fun little kind of souvenir pencil from the National Gallery. It's got one of those changeable nibby things on the end, like the 4-colour ones. That's fun. And then it's just got a pencil on the other side. I don't know how much I'll use this. I just really liked it. I thought it looked really cool, and it's just like a little souvenir. I'll probably use it a little bit, but it might just go into my pencil pot and then just be forgotten. This one here I'll definitely use though. This one was from Choose and Keeping, and I love the look of this, and it feels so nice too. It comes with these like nibs here that I did get replaceable nibs for, which are right here. So there's a few in there. And this was the darkest one. I just really loved how something very mature and artistic I can draw just to show you. But yeah, I really loved the feel of it. It was really nice, and it's so nice and dark. It'd be a little bit different than using my black wings, which I have a black wing here that we can kind of look at. So the black wing, I think some people don't like this because it's very shiny. This one here is not as smooth. It's a little bit thinner too. Like, it feels like the nib is a little bit thinner, and it is just as shiny. So I don't mind that, to be honest, because I don't ever use the pencils a lot for final work. I normally just use them to do sketches in my sketchbook. I never liked using graphite pencil, and then I started using it a few years ago just to do sketches of characters and stuff, and now I love using graphite pencil for sketches. So I'm going to keep this one on the rotation with the black wing, just depending on what I feel like. I think I still prefer the black wing, but this is really nice to hold, like, because it's so thick you won't get like a hand cramp, I guess. So those are my pencils. And then, because I love black wing so much, I got an entire box of it. Not really. I got all of these colours. They just put it in a black wing box for me. So I tried some new pencils. I got this Stabilo woody but I actually have one already, so that was a fail. I got these amazing neon pencils, which we'll try first. So these are the Caran D'ache Fluo pencils. So there's a yellow. Oh, wait, I gotta put the camera closer. Oh my god, guys, this yellow. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my word, I love it so much. Guys, I'm gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna need to definitely invest in a photographer boyfriend, because I need someone to take photos of all of my fluorescent artwork from now on instead of my scanner. I'll ask Martin, but he'll probably be like, oh, I need a new lens for it. Okay, the yellow is amazing. The orange is pretty nice. The pink is also lovely, and I love how thick and chunky these guys are. Do I have a pencil sharpener big enough for them is the question. So that was Caran D'ache Fluo. And then look at these guys next. I got 4 in each in these. These are the Caran D'ache Supracolor 2 Soft. I think Artie recommended these to me. They are watercolour. I'd never used watercolour pencil, but nice colours, so I thought we'd give it a go. And I will see what they're like in watercolour as well. Sorry, colours. This one here is, what is it? Raspberry. Oh, love that name. Raspberry red. This one is yellow. Perfect. I mean, someone really dropped the ball on that one. That colour naming day. This one here is khaki green, also a very nice name. And this one is Prussian blue, classic Prussian blue. Just like a normal watercolour pencil. I never use water with my Neo colours either, although I probably should, because I have done it in the past, and the texture you get from them are really, oh, that khaki green. Oh, yes. Okay, that khaki green is so nice as a watercolour. I take it back. I take it back. Maybe I'm going to become a watercolour pencil artist now. Prussian blue, you know, I don't know why all the blues I've gotten today have been this greeny blue colour. Like, this is more, tell me, is this more on the green to you? It looks more on the green blue to me than the other type of blue. I don't like this green blue. I don't know why I keep buying it. Alright, and then we have then some more Caran D'ache. Got, are these Caran D'ache too? Yeah, I went full Caran D'ache. Okay. These are the Museum Aquarelle, also watercolour. Now, someone will have to tell me in the comments what ones are like the better grade, or are they just the same but different? Are these better or are these better? Just straight off the bat, these feel like more luxurious. Like, they feel more expensive. These feel a bit cheaper. Can you guys hear the seagulls outside? So that was really nice and smooth to draw with. This one is as well. Okay, colours. This one here is Apricot. Oh, I love Apricot, the colour. Not so much the fruit. This one is Oxide green. Oh, I like this as well. This is a nice green. I'm running out of page, aren't I? Light cobalt blue. Oh, I love a light cobalt blue. Like, this is more my blue, you know, than this one. And then Prussian blue again. We'll see the difference between this one and this one. Oh, I like this. Okay, that's better. That's nice. And then I have white, which I guess can be used to draw over things. If I can find some paint that's dry. This paint is kind of dry. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, that draws over quite well. Or you can use it to, I guess, mix in with the watercolour. So I'll put that there and we'll do that as a test. So this is the Prussian blue on its own. It's still kind of like a greeny blue, but I like this blue better than this one. And then we'll mix it in with the white. That's nice. Kind of mutes it down a little bit. Do you guys like watercolour pencils, or would you prefer just pencil? I think I prefer just pencil, you know. I like this colour. So those are all the colours, guys. And I think, actually, that's the haul. That was all of the art materials that I got over the last couple of months. So a lot of them from London and most of them from Jackson's. So half and half London and Jackson's, and then one random ink from down the road. But I don't think I'm gonna try not to buy anything for a while. So this should be the last haul that you see for a few months now. Maybe my birthday, which is in a couple of months, I'll treat myself to something. But now I want to take this and kind of like try and use them in a piece, I guess you'd call it a piece. It's actually just going to be my sketchbook here, which is, I've painted one of these sketchbooks before. I painted this one just with some random colours. It's Goodnight Patchy Bunny. It's the book that I'm working on right now for, it's like a self-published author, Nightmare Illustration, the book. So I've filled this book up. I've already started this one. I'm like halfway through. I'm going to try and use as much of these materials as I can. Oh, I don't think I'm going to use all of them, like the inks probably not, but definitely we'll try and get a lot of them in there. So I'm going to clean up and then we'll get to painting and drawing and stuff. I was just starting to tidy up, and I realised I didn't show you a couple of things. This here is a mug that I got in the Tate. I really liked it, so I thought we could pop the pencils in there that we're going to use. And another thing is these silly little finger painting brushes that I probably won't use for this video, but maybe we can do like some finger painting in another video down the road. I thought that would be really fun. So, and also this paintbrush from Jackson's that I got, nice like thickish square paintbrush that I'll use for painting the sketchbook. I'll probably start now and finish later because I've only got half an hour before I have to go to work. It's voiceover April here. I'm gonna kind of speed through this front cover as a few minutes, just because this video is already pretty long. I didn't realize it was 42 minutes, but you know me, I do love a good old ramble. So for this cover, I wanted to use all the materials like I said. I did it over like a day and maybe a couple of mornings, I can't remember. It didn't take long. I just did it in a couple of sessions because I did it before work. So I thought it might be nice to try the Liquitex gouache first to see how nice it is to draw over the top. And it was really nice to draw over the top, actually. I also popped in that neon, which at the time I thought was a good idea. It didn't really mix well with that dark blue colour, but it was fine. I just put like so many layers on. I also had a couple of areas that were like a little bit thick and some areas that were thinner, just to test how the pencils went over the top. And this is my professional method of cleaning my brushes. Does anyone else squeeze the water out before they dry it? I don't know why I always do that. So I think this is the next morning or maybe the afternoon. It's a little bit sunnier, I'm a little bit more yellow. I have been working again on trying to learn how to use my camera. I go through these stages where I try and learn how to use my camera to make the stuff nice. I asked Martin for help because he knows about cameras and stuff, and he tells me in a very patient teacher kind of way, and then I immediately forget. I go back to manual until a few weeks or months down the road I'm getting sick of my stupid footage because it looks bad, so I go back and I ask Martin to help me again. You wouldn't know this if I didn't tell you by looking at my stuff, but I actually learned photography and film in uni. I learned photography, old school photography, where you take photos and you go into the darkroom and you develop them. And then I also did my bachelor's. So I did like a graphic design diploma in graphic design, which is where I also learned photography. We had a class in that. And then I did a bachelor's in media, which was kind of like a mix between animation and film. So we did a lot of film classes. We had to write scripts, we had to do improv, we had to go film like adverts and short movies and things. And I learned all about how to use cameras, video cameras and normal cameras, all how to use them manually, how to do the settings and everything. So you think I would know how to use a camera, but I think that knowledge is just not important to me, and I just have deleted it. So every time I'm trying to learn. So this one here, I had to do a lot of editing in Premiere to make it look usable because the footage was so dark. But on my next video, I've also tried to get the lighting and the settings right, and also use my DJI mic, which I did use for this one, but I very stupidly accidentally put the wire into the headphone jack instead of the out jack of the mic, so I didn't pick up anything. But hey, you live, you learn. I haven't spoken anything about this picture, have I? I mean, you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm using the pencil. I did kind of like that negative drawing, which I really love to do. It's really fun. And just popping in a whole bunch of neon. I don't know, I mean, this is just kind of like my go-to when I don't know what to do for the background. Just covering up the whole thing in flowers and leaves and just like shapes and colours and stuff. So the actual book is set in a forest. Mainly, it's going to be mainly set in a forest. You go through some fields as well, and there's like that, you know, the inside of the house, the outside of the garden, but mostly it's in a forest. So I haven't actually done any of the illustrations for the book yet. I've just done sketches, which are with the author right now, so I'm waiting for feedback, and then I'm going to start the colour phase. And I haven't filmed much about Patchy Bunny at all. I was planning on doing like a video, kind of like illustrating my first book or something like that. I still am planning on doing that, but I've just been like, it's such like a process, and it involves so much of the thinking, especially when I was doing the sketches and, you know, trying to like match that up to the story and do character design, that I just kind of went for it and I didn't really film anything. So I think, I have mentioned this before, I think I'm going to do like a little video now to kind of show where I've gotten up to, and then I will try and film as I'm doing my colour thing, and at the end I'm going to put the whole thing together like illustrating my first book. So I hope that you guys will stick around for that. It may be a few more months. Not sure when it's going to be finished. We're not in like a super rush, we're just trying to like do it as we do it. But this is just a little taste of it. So this is my Goodnight Patchy Bunny Book 2 cover. And those were all of my art materials. I'm so happy that I finally got to play with them. Let me know which ones you think you'd like to try, or if you have any. Also, give me any recommendations for my next haul, which I'm going to try and hold out for my birthday in June. And that's all from me today. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, your week, and I will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.